All right, what is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Inside the LPGA podcast. Thank you, everyone who is tuning in, whether you are listening, watching, whatever it may be. We have a super, super amazing guest on this week, and it's very fitting after the week we're coming off recently, which was the Amundi Evian Championship. We've got Grace Kim on the pod, and she's just a legend. We love her. We love her so much, and we're so happy for her. We can't wait to actually chat with her. But I know y'all are pals as well, Emma. So how excited are you to be able to pick her brain and just kind of find out more about her win, get all the behind the scenes content?
Yeah, we always say that they're nice people on tour, and there really are. I feel
Hmm.
like almost everyone on tour is just really nice, but she's so humble and gracious and gentle, and I think you'll see that in the interview. But yeah, the way the finish happened at Evian was insane, craziest playoff I've ever seen. And yeah, I think just all the hardships she's gone through, she's been really close to winning the last couple of years, and it almost feels like she couldn't get it done on Sunday several different times. And to see her get it
Hmm.
done, not just at a tournament, but at a major, was so
I know.
impressive. And we were all, I think everybody on tour was really excited and happy for her. Her caddy just
Hmm.
had a baby, so that just puts a cherry on top. Take home a lot of cash to his wife and new baby. So, very exciting week for everyone, and I'm really excited to chat with her.
Yeah, for sure. It was, so for those who maybe don't remember, you need a little refresher. It was her and Gino Titicun that went into the playoff. And that was one of those situations where I was like, I'm going to be so happy for either of them and so sad for the person that doesn't win. Like, it was such a hard playoff to watch because I was like, I love both of them so much, but it was so exciting. And like, what a great way to finish that tournament because it was exciting all the way through. Like Lottie Wode made like a crazy random run up the leaderboard, and now she's like officially turned pro. And then yeah, we got Grace Kim at the end with the trophy. So it was really cool. We only have one more major left of the year, which is the AIG Women's Open, and I don't know who it's going to be. We still have not guessed a winner, but we were very close at Evian. But Emma, if you could use like one word to describe the major season so far, what would it be?
Oh, gosh, unpredictable. I mean,
Yeah,
it has just been a crazy season so far. We still haven't had a two-time winner this year. Um, it feels like
nuts.
too the majors. If for some reason we have first-time winners at majors all the time, so I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be surprised if we have another one coming up. But yeah, it's just been a really unpredictable year. Obviously, we haven't picked a winner, so it's been very unpredictable, but
Yeah.
very exciting. And I can't wait to watch this week.
Yeah, for sure. Unpredictable is a great way to put it because, yes, it has been very unpredictable. But without further ado, I think we should invite our guest, Grace Kim, into the podcast. Okay, guys, we have said it before and we are going to say it again. You need to get your hands on the Roan Dream Glow collection because it is so comfy. Emma, have you been sporting yours yet? Because I have been, and it's
I'm
so
sporting
cozy.
it. Yeah, it's very cozy. The material is so nice. And if you don't have one, you should get one because it's a great product.
Absolutely. So we've mentioned it, but definitely it's like a great gift because it's something that you can wear elevated, like it's chic, it's comfortable. You can wear it on a plane, around the house. You wear it wherever, really. And we have a little special 20% discount code for you, and that is LPGA Pod 20. And you're going to want to use that code at checkout at roan.com, and that is LPGA Pod 20 to match with me and Emma. All right, everybody, welcome our most recent major champion into the Inside the LPGA podcast, Grace Kim. Grace, thank you so much for doing this. I know you are so busy and you are very popular. You're a well-needed woman, so thank you for joining the podcast.
No, thank you for having me. I'm glad to be able to get onto the podcast finally.
Woohoo!
I know, it was about time. We've been wanting to have you on, and then it was just perfect timing. I mean, you went out and won a major championship in the most dramatic fashion. I mean, like, has it even sunk in yet? Because obviously you and I chatted like right after, and there's no way that it did at that point. But like a crazy ending to your day. So tell me, has it sunk in yet?
I think it has in parts. I do have to rewatch the video to relive it a little bit sometimes. Like I'm just yeah, in disbelief that it's just happened in that way and already. So, yeah, I mean, it's nice to be able to be congratulated by everyone when you walk
Hmm.
past another week at a tournament. So that's always nice. But yeah, I do tend to forget that that happened.
Yeah, it's weird
Yeah.
in like on the LPGA how you just go from one week to the next. So like it happened and then it's like, okay, on to the next. And you're like, wait, I didn't really have time to enjoy what just happened. But I'm sure in the weeks to come, even the off season will be nice to go home and celebrate with everyone. It was amazing. Probably the best playoff I've ever seen in my whole life. PGA Tour, LPGA Tour. I mean, in regulation, you almost made it with a wood, and then you hit it in the water, had it, and then chipped it in, and then made a putt on the last hole for Eagle to win. It was amazing. Um, can you believe like that happened, first of all? And second of all, what what were all the feels like when you almost made the albatross? Like what did that feel like when you chipped it in? What did that feel like? Obviously, we know that the eagle at the very end was probably amazing, but yeah, just what were all the thoughts that were going through your mind?
Well, yeah, it doesn't feel real. I think I hit the hybrid pretty well in regulation. I knew that it was on a good line, but I didn't realize how close it ended up. I couldn't really see the sun was glaring. So, yeah, obviously hearing the cheers like kind of gradually get louder, you just know that it's getting closer and closer. So that was quite nice. Yeah, I put it in the water, and to be honest, I didn't really have time to kind of fluff around.
Mm,
I had I had to chip and obviously knowing that I've just lost a shot in the water, I just had to give it my all. Um, but yeah, that went in, so that was wild. And then the putt, you can kind of see the guys in the media obviously did a very good job of recording, but like you can just see the relief kind of, and like it's a bit of relief and shock. Yeah, it was so relieving to see the ball went in the middle of the hole, so that was
mm,
Yeah.
nice.
Which one do you think was the craziest?
The chip in, like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
just
yeah.
wild.
That was
Yeah, it's
just
I
insane.
obviously it was in the rough as well. Like I don't think a lot of people know, but that was actually my last ball. Drew checked up on me before the playoff and said, "Hey, do you have enough golf balls?" And in my head, I'm like, "Yeah, two balls is plenty." So I
Yeah.
took the two balls, I put one in the water. So when people ask me like, "What were you thinking over the chip shot?" I'm like, I literally just wanted to get it over the water. Like I'm not losing another ball because I don't have a golf ball left. So. Yeah,
That's
that was the
hilarious.
craziest one, I'd say.
That was nuts. Absolutely insane. In fact, I feel like the commentators didn't even know how to react at first. They were like,
No.
what?
Yeah.
Nobody
It
knew,
was like
like
a
it was
delayed
just so
reaction.
wild to watch it happen live too. Like everyone knew it was gonna as soon as it came off your club that it was gonna be a good shot, but like it kept getting closer and closer and it was tracking. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, this is about to go in." So
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
epic.
So fun.
Wild.
As a spectator, I watched because I have a newborn baby, I was watching the whole tournament very closely. As a spectator, a fan of the LPGA now, it was absolutely amazing. Probably, like I said, the
Thank you.
best ending of a tournament I've ever seen.
That's very nice.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I couldn't agree more. Because I mean, did you say there wasn't much time to fluff around? Is that the term you used? I like that. Did Drew or did anyone say anything to you to kind of keep you dialed in? Or were you just so dialed in already that you were like, no, I got this. Like, I just got to keep moving forward. I just got to keep doing what I'm doing.
I think Drew and I were probably I don't know if nervous is the right term, but we were just kind of like we both knew what we had to do. Like obviously he's just there to have like be my support. So he
Hmm.
knew that I was already kind of like yeah, a bit upset and disappointed that I put it in the water. So he didn't
Right.
really say much, and that's what he tends to do. And I like that about Drew. Like when I make a bogey or something, like I just kind of go quiet and I just have my little moment. But again, obviously, he knew what I was doing. So, and I felt like I just, again, just was trying to give it my all. So, yeah, didn't really have much communication, but there was a big high five after that. So that was
Yeah.
fine.
There was totally. I saw Drew get out the putter and then he was like, put it back in. It
That's
was
awesome.
funny.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I just said, I actually got to watch most of the tournament because I was up all night.
As
Um,
mothers do.
but I felt like just watching you, you played very consistent. You didn't have a lot of up and down moments. But one thing I did notice was your short game, especially your putting, was just unbelievable. You made so many putts throughout the week to save par, to make birdies. Do you feel like that was the difference this week between winning and maybe some of the other chances you've had in the past?
Yeah, for sure. I made a lot of good chips, but to be able to hold the, I guess, the par putts, like the saving putts, they were huge. Like they weren't like tap in putts either.
Right.
Over a course of the 4 days, I had a lot of good like 8 footers for par. And obviously on 17 as well in regulation on Sunday, I didn't have
Hmm.
the easiest two putt either. And yeah, like it was just those moments I think definitely added up to what we ended up with on Sunday. But yeah, I think it crept into my mind saying that like my first putts aren't close enough and all that. So it was probably getting close to doubting myself again with putting, but yeah, it golf's funny where you know you one putt doesn't go in and then you just kind of like snowball sometimes. But yeah,
Hmm.
just seeing those saving pars go in was yeah relieving for sure.
Yeah, they're definitely momentum changers and probably like you said, builds a lot of confidence going into the next hole. You're like, oh, okay, I saved
Yeah,
another four.
yeah, literally.
Yeah. Um, and your mom was there at the very end. I saw your mom there. That was so kind. I was like, oh, I hope someone's there to see this. How special was that to have her there?
Yeah, really special. She was there for my first win in Hawaii as well. So everyone's saying like your mom's your lucky charm and dad can just stay at home. So that could be a good deal. But yeah, she was obviously in like happy tears and very nervous. She was actually like holding on to Alison Corpuz, like
Yeah.
she was so nervous. Uh, and it was her first week in Europe, so that was a good start.
Oh, like
What a
ever?
great week to, yeah.
Ever. Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
that's great.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what
So.
a beautiful place to come to for your first place too.
And yeah, we had great weather during that whole week, so it was honestly perfect.
Yeah, I don't feel like that ever happens too.
Yeah, seriously, we were like, expecting rain and a bit of wind, but
Hmm.
it was sunny and perfect temperature.
That's amazing. I know I was actually standing right next to your mom and Allison Corpuz's
Ah,
mom. And it was so, I couldn't help myself, but I was like looking over. I was like, I want to see how she reacts. And
yeah,
she just immediately broke down into tears. And I was
yeah,
like, anytime I watch like a final putt drop at a tournament, it like makes me want to cry. I'm like, this is
yeah,
not the job for me because I'm always
yeah.
emotional when I watch it. But
Yes.
no, it was amazing, Grace. And it was
Thank
just
you.
so cool to watch it all unfold. I know a lot of people kind of went out after that night, and obviously you had to celebrate. You went over to the beer garden as well. How fun was that night to be able to just celebrate and be with the ones that you love, and yeah, just like I guess just celebrate the win, really.
It was such a cool moment to be able to share that happiness around.
Hmm.
I'm not a big drinker, so the champagne bottles that I was given, I had to empty the alcohol. So to be able to, share the alcohol around and everyone drink out of the trophy and everyone have a great
Hmm.
time. And yeah, like you said, all my loved ones and my mates were out. It was definitely a cool memory to have.
Yeah, and another cool memory was I mean we have to talk about Skippy, the blow up kangaroo, because that was such an unexpected surprise. I think I saw him come up like as soon as you were about to go into the playoff, like as you were finishing. I can't
No,
remember,
really?
but yeah, and I was like, what is going on right now? Like, only the Aussies are going to bring up a blow up kangaroo. But tell
Yep.
us the story behind Skippy. And, like, honestly, like, how great was it to, like, look over when everything was going on and just seeing something, like, kind of goofy like that to keep the moment light?
I mean, you guys know us Aussies, we love to have fun and just kind of, like you said, goof around. It was Ash Buhai's caddy, Tanya, her mate brought a blow-up kangaroo. And I guess, yeah, there was obviously a lot of us up there. So she was just there to support all of us and just it was perfect timing, obviously. Like Skippy had a great time. Skippy
Yeah.
got my autograph signed on him, and yeah, it made a big deal. So I think that was definitely a cool memory as well. Skippy
Did
didn't
you?
quite make it through the night, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was about to say, where
R.I.P.
is Skippy
Skippy.
now?
Yeah. I don't know where Skippy is. I think he's still alive somewhere.
Oh, okay, never mind. We're good
Yeah.
then. We're good.
Yes.
That's
So I might
so
actually
funny.
get Skippy on the ball now. Obviously, I'll keep my avocado, but I'll get also Skippy on
Oh,
there.
You
that's
should.
so
That's
cute.
amazing.
I
Yeah.
love that idea. That is 100% happening. Um, Weirdly enough, we'll kind of move on from Evian and ask you some different questions, but um, we actually had a week off between Evian and the Scottish this year, so everyone's been going on like little vacations. I know that you went on a little trip yourself. Tell us where you went, and were you able to buy yourself anything for the win? And yeah, what all did you get up to? I know you had some yummy food.
Yes, Mum and I went to London and spent the week there. We were just being tourists. I didn't touch a club until yesterday, so that was nice.
Nice.
We got some yummy food in. We went to the markets and, went to the typical touristy landmarks. But I got my mum a few things. I actually
Oh,
gave the Rolex to my mum, so that was
Oh
her
my
thing.
God. That's
And
so
oh,
then,
nice.
yeah, and then I I got this. I went to the Jellycat store.
Oh my
I
God.
saw that.
Yeah,
It's
so I got
so
myself this.
cute.
That's
It's
perfect.
just makes me happy. Like you look at it and it's
You just have to
yeah.
smile. Look, does he have a
Yeah.
name or she, he or she?
Nah, not really. I just
Just a
got one
cutie little
and
croissant.
yeah. So I
That's
got
perfect.
that. Because I've got the avocado version on my bag, so I
Mm,
thought I'd get a croissant.
that's
Yeah,
amazing.
I was actually more looking into maybe property in America just to have a base. Obviously, it's pretty hard living out of a suitcase when you're on tour,
Hmm.
so still not convinced that I'll get a place, but I did have a quick look. So I don't know. I don't know what to get.
yeah,
Yeah. Where would you want to be, you think?
And I much prefer in around Dallas and Fort Worth. I only choose that place because there's a one direct flight to Sydney, so I can go home wherever I want just on one flight. So
yeah.
it's
And that's where
long,
all
but
the
it's
other
worth it.
Aussies are.
Most, yeah, Minji's there. Hannah's kind of basing herself out of there. Suo's there. So it's nice to know that you still got your mates around, but it's also nice that you can just catch a 17-hour direct to Sydney.
That
Yeah.
is a 17-hour direct flight is so crazy.
It
Like,
is wild, but it's worth it for us, I guess.
yeah, for sure. Just being
Speak,
able to directly fly there.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's so, yeah, exactly. And now you'll forever be in that first class ticket on the way home as well, I'm sure.
No,
No more
no,
economy.
no. Only when it
Um,
makes sense.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Speaking of Australia, I think a lot of people forget that people from other countries give up a lot to come to America to play golf on the best tour in the world. What do you miss? Obviously, we probably can assume that you miss your family and friends the most, but what's something else that you miss being in America all year long and that you look forward to when you go home in the off season?
I'm probably a little bit biased. I think our food's a little bit better. I do miss our food, and I think the most thing I miss is just my own bed.
Mm.
Yeah,
Obviously, you miss your team, the obvious, the food, your mates, your family. Um, having just one place to live. But yeah, I definitely miss having my own bed and sleeping. I've got a sound like a kid. I've got a Winnie the Pooh that I sleep with, so I miss cuddling that as well. So
oh,
yeah.
Fair enough. Oh, you need to bring Winnie on the road.
I had a mini Winnie key ring on my golf bag with the avocado, but yeah, he's struggling, so I took him off.
That's fair. Gotta save him a little bit.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit, Grace, after you won, and you talked about it in your press conference as well, just about, I don't want to like ruin the mood, but like just some of like the hardships that you did face along the way. I mean, there were ups and downs for you that you mentioned. So like what kind of conversations did you have with the people around you, and like how thankful are you that you had such a good support system that kind of got you through that?
Yeah, I think I obviously being biased, I've got a great team around me. I don't have the biggest entourage, but I prefer it that way, just to have a small group of people that really do back you and honest and transparent with you. So yeah, after my win in Hawaii, obviously I struggled a little bit just to kind of get on a good flow. Didn't really perform as well as I'd liked. I was only just getting into CME and yeah, just more getting results and maybe points based out of how many events I played. So I played a whole bunch of events last year to get into CME, and they're not like great results, but it was enough to get in. But at the same time, that's not how I wanted to play. I obviously want to play less but better quality tournaments. And by the time I was trying to figure that out, I was kind of, burnt out a little bit in the sense of I don't want to be here. Like it's not working kind of thing. But at the same time, I knew how grateful I should be to be out on tour. People dream to be out on this tour, and I'm out here just complaining about where I am and on tour. Like, kind of just doesn't make sense. So, my actions probably showed a little bit more honesty in what I was saying to my coach. And obviously, I'm like, yeah, I want to be number one in the world, but I'm not really like putting in quality grind time. So, we sat down and had a pretty long and honest conversation as to, what my goals now should look like, and just kind of reset the whole thing. And, it got to a point where my coach honestly said, like, if you don't want to, like, I don't want to coach you, like, it's a waste of my time. And, and it's true, like, kind of, like I said, it was a wake up call. So, yeah, we got back on track eventually. And, I think it was more of a mental issue for me than a golf technical or a physical issue. So just to be able to speak to my team whenever I needed to, and them being there for me is obviously a massive, massive blessing to have. And yeah, it obviously, honestly, wouldn't have been possible without them. So yeah, it life can turn around quick, and but it can only turn around quick when you have the right people around you.
Mhm. I love that. Um, Speaking of, I'm going to kind of go on topic with that. Do you think those hardships and that kind of mental change from Hawaii to the hardships to now Evian, is that from loneliness on tour? Is that from the grind of just the repetition of playing week in to week out? What kind of do you think filtered into that negative energy that that you're
Bless you.
that you're facing? I
Emma
know the
sneezes
grass
every
yesterday.
podcast.
Um, Definitely, I think it's more so the repetition. Like, it can kind of get a little bit boring week in, week out. Um, you do travel the world, which is great. Like, to have that as your job is so cool. But, when you're traveling for work, sometimes it can do your head in. And it's the
It's
same
different.
thing. You play Thursdays to Sunday, and sometimes you might not even play the weekend. And, if you don't play the weekend, you get nothing. So it's just also for me not being able to have my own place in America yet, just packing, unpacking, packing, unpacking was
Hmm.
kind of just, yeah, it just definitely got a bit repetitive. I think the loneliness is fine. I not so thrive, but I do fine by myself. Like, I have the girls when I need, but when I need my own time, I like having my own space and time. So I got probably sick of just playing,
Yeah,
but that was the only way I was going to get better. So it was more just kind of forced upon me
Right.
rather than me wanting it. So I'd
got it.
say more so that.
Yeah.
No,
I
that
mean,
makes
yeah, I
sense.
feel like that's what we all go through. That's how I felt the last 2 years, and look at me now. I'm done and I'm having a baby. So, I totally understand where you're coming from because I felt like that very, in fact, when you were saying about your coach, I wish somebody like 4 years ago would have put me in check because that's sometimes what you need. You need someone to be like, do you want to be out here?
Mm,
Um, and kind of recheck like you're really lucky to be out here instead of
mm,
the complaining because that's like you said, it takes a lot of courage for someone to stand up to their boss because really you're the
yeah,
boss. So
yeah.
that's kudos to your coaches. Moving
Correct.
forward, though, you're now, they're always going to say major champion. And you're at another tournament. And like you said, you've had to just kind of like bounce into another tournament. How do you refocus this week and prepare for the tournament?
I've said it all the time, it's just another week. I think I really relate to, I'm nowhere near Scotty's accolades, but I truly understand what he means by, it's just another week. You have your high for like 72 hours and then, what's next kind of. So I'm just out here trying to do my best again. Nothing's changed. I'm still me. So yeah, just again, trying to do what I'm good at.
Yeah,
Love
for
that.
sure. I know. I think I actually wanted to like talk about what Scotty said because I think a lot of people perceived it in like the wrong way when like it's he loves what he does, but it's not who he is. It's his
Mhm.
job, you know, and he
Yeah.
just happens to be like the best golfer in the world. So I wanted to get y'all's thoughts on it too because I think it was really cool what he said and like brave to like speak up and say that, you know.
Hmm.
I personally think it's refreshing to hear it from world number one. I can understand where
Mm-hmm.
people can take it the wrong way. Like, everyone's like, mate, you've made 90 million so far in your career. Like, what are
Right.
you talking about? I totally understand that, but, it doesn't define him. That's what he's basically saying. Like,
Mm-hmm.
to him, his priorities are his family, his loved ones. He, like you said, his golf's job, golf is his job, and he
Mm-hmm.
acknowledges that. And like he said as well, he's worked his entire career to win. But after your win, like you have your high, and then you're kind of just like, oh, that's it. So you
Yeah.
move on. So
Yeah,
yeah, I totally, I took it, I think, the right way for what he was
Right.
trying to say.
same.
And I can relate. Yeah.
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 I'm sure every player did, to be honest, like every athlete, because y'all get it, you know, it's just like different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I totally agree. I mean, we've all held a trophy, and at the end of the night, you still have to have dinner, and you're like, oh, I'm still a
Still
normal
got to do your
person.
laundry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like nothing really changes other than you have a lot more money and you have a trophy in your hand. Um, and I also relate to him, like my faith is important to me, and I think that's where he gets that from
Hmm.
is,
Mm.
he knows at the end of the day. Someone told me actually the other day, they said, obviously you can make a difference no matter where you finish on the leaderboard. So don't get me wrong. But people in today's society respect winners. And I think that's why what he says has so much meaning because he's
Mm.
winning so much that he has this platform. And I think that um, like his words mean a lot. So people are talking about it, which I think is great because at the end of the day, I think that's really how everyone feels. It's just not many people have the courage to say something like that. So I loved it personally.
Same.
Yeah.
Sorry about
Okay.
it.
No, I don't blame you. I liked it too. Very last question for you, Grace, and then we'll let you keep going on your media gauntlet. So this is our Serve Pro question because Emma, in golf, when bad shots happen, there is the Mulligan ball, and when fire, water, or other damage happens, there is Serve Pro.
They know how to make it look like it never even happened, and that's where our question comes into you, Grace. If you had a mulligan in life or in golf, where would you take it?
Oh, God, you guys really hit me. Hmm. In
More,
life,
more avocado toast.
I'm trying to think. Mulligan in life. What have the other players said? Like, I need an example.
Some have gone
Some have given
Uh,
serious,
like, yeah.
and some have been like, "Oh, I wish I would hit a 5 wood on number 17 at blah blah blah," or
mm,
literally like, "I wish I would not eat as much sugar, but I love it."
Mulligan in life. Uh, I, I wish I'd. This is probably just what I can think of the top of my head. I wish I didn't mention that Drew made a comment in my press conference and my interview. He just made like oh yeah, that was a very ballsy comment, but yeah, that's probably a really bad one, but I just said it on live TV and that's just so embarrassing. So
I was like, what did he say?
I know I've just left it a massive mystery for everyone and I didn't mean to, but it is a little bit like it was something along the lines, I got that was really ballsy, but he just said it in
Mm.
a way that made me laugh. So I'm like,
Yes.
I'll just keep it at that, but I don't know why I mentioned it.
That was
You were in
so
the
funny.
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
And I'm
No,
sure he
yeah.
doesn't care.
No, he doesn't care. He's proud about that comment.
Yeah,
As you should
exactly.
be.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
that's a good one. Thank you so much, Grace, for doing this. And seriously, congrats on your win.
Thank
It was
you.
amazing. And we have one more major coming up, and we can't wait to watch you tee it up there as well and just how you finish the rest of the season. But congrats, and we're so happy for you.
Yeah,
Thanks, guys. I
congratulations.
appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.